Welcome, episode 1 of The Savage Reality. Bone broth, real men can cook. Now before we go on, vegans, fuck off. Go on, fuck off. And vegetarians, you can follow the vegans. Go on, you're useless too. I'm a carnivore, I follow the carnivore diet, which means those guys are my mortal enemies. Right. Real men don't need their mummies, or women for that matter, to look after them. You can look after yourselves, and the foundation of looking after yourself is cooking for yourself. Healthy ingredients in a skillful manner. Trust me. Women go goo-goo in the wee-wee when they see a man effortlessly and skillfully in action in the kitchen. And I'm talking about cooking here. All right, bone broth. Okay, before we get into actually cooking the broth, let's look at the benefits of bone broth. It's rich in nutrients and easy to digest. It has calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, iron, vitamins A and K, fatty acids, selenium, zinc and manganese. Most importantly, collagen. When you cook collagen, it turns into gelatin. When we consume gelatin, we get lots of healthy amino acids, which are the building blocks of protein. All right, it protects the joints, fights osteoarthritis. Basically, the collagen that you consume will basically fight things such as pain, stiffness, and poor physical function as a result of your osteoarthritis. It reduces inflammation and heals the gut. Again, it's the anti-inflammatory amino acids that do all this. Here's a note. People that have inflammatory bowel disease tend to have lower levels of some amino acids, so take amino acids through bone broth. You'll get better sleep thanks to glycine, and it supports weight loss, basically because you feel fuller and more satisfied because of all the protein and the fats and the nutrients. All right, well, let's talk about what we need. First of all, we want to be nice and clean, have an apron, and of course have our tea towel for drying our hands. We just fold that in half and then in half again, put it through the apron strings, and you've got something to dry your hands on. Do not use this for drying any surfaces. Obviously, we need a pan. We need a ladle for skimming. We need a boning knife for deboning, and a steel to sharpen our knife. A sharp knife is a safe knife. Ladle, or a wooden spoon rather. A saw for cutting the bone. Hygiene, disinfectant wipes, paper towel to dry, because it's not clean unless you've dried the surface. Obviously antiseptic soap for my hands, and some bleach is your go-to for cleaning surfaces. Then obviously a strainer for the bones, some miscellaneous bowls, or a jug. This is the tableau. What have we got here? Pork knuckle, a chicken frame or a carcass, and then beef, marrow, bones. And we want the goodness from the marrow. Peppercorns and some bay leaves. And then just some lard for when we fry off the carcass. All right, step 1 in the method. I have to debone and deskin the pork knuckle. I'm going to use the skin in the broth and the bone, of course, but the meat I'll set aside for a stew later on. There we are. That's the pork skin, and that'll be going into the pot. And remember with the sharp knife to cut away from yourself and make sure your fingers are out of the way. Safety first. And there's the bone. Now for the cooking. First of all, I'm going to brown off the chicken carcass, and I've already got some lard in the pan there. I'll introduce you to an industry term which is called mise en place, which means preparing everything so that you don't waste time. I love saying all right. I love saying all right. All right, we're at temperature. The lard is melted. It's going to get a bit noisy. Tea towel tip number 2 is this tea towel that you have in your apron strings. You can also use to hold on to the pan. I'm browning off the chicken carcass to give the broth a nice brown golden colour. So that's nice and brown now. I'm just going to literally throw in all the other ingredients and top it up with water and bring it to the boil. That's looking good. There's really nothing to see. I'll put the lid on, bring it to the boil, and then we'll skim off all the impurities. Time to skim off the impurities. Tip: with a ladle, hold it halfway down. That gives you a lot more maneuverability to, for example, nappe. Look it up. A little bowl for the impurities. So here we go. This is how you skim. Drop the ladle in, and then just let the impurities fall in. I'm going to turn down the heat now. It's boiling too much. Okay, the impurities are gone. Now I'm going to put it on some hot plates there at the back for 24 hours. And that was the method.
Let's have a look.
There it is. There's more to come. This looks there it is. 4 liters of delicious golden bone broth. My friends, real men take care of themselves. If you can cook effortlessly and with skill, you'll instantly become incredibly attractive. A woman watching you work like that in action, irresistible. So, real men can cook. That, my friends, is the savage reality.